Katrina.
I never learned how to do a death trap.
This is HDLPlaw105.com.
Hey everybody, you guys just listened to a show that we recorded previously, but today we are going to talk about who is to blame when a child commits a crime, the parent or the child itself. The majority of people believe that parents teach their children everything, but there are numerous other factors that come into play. Children process things differently and are easily influenced, so let's discuss this further in today's episode. So, hi everybody, I am Maria Cardenas, and you are listening to Maria Talks a Lot, and I'm here with
Ashtyn. How you guys?
So who is to blame when a child commits a crime? Let's get into this.
I feel like it's both. Just because, like, first you taught your child to do something like that,
Right.
and then your child did it, so, like, your child should be punished, and then you should be punished. I don't think they should, like, the parents should go to jail or anything. I feel like they should be, like, just fine.
I feel like children are menaces, though. But no, because you know how that one kid, was it in Michigan that he brought a gun to school, or he shot up a school, and then his parents bought him that gun?
Yeah, his parents knew he was going to school, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like the parents and the child should have been both.
I feel like it's both. Yeah, they both should be, definitely should be, like, parents should be charged with something, like, like.
I don't believe in fines.
Like conspiracy to.
What's it called? It starts with the A when you're accessory.
Oh yeah, accessory to the crime.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely were accessories.
Yes.
In that situation, because they bought it and then they knew. I feel like they were more than accessories. They were part of the crime.
They were ones manipulating the crime.
They were the masterminds behind the crime.
So does there like a child's upbringing affect this? And it could be like the parents' upbringing too, because
definitely, I feel like some people are brought and raised in broken homes.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah.
I don't know if like what would affect the kid more, like their friends, their family, or like their living structure or school. Because I feel like they can all come into play when a child is growing up.
I feel like if you live in a certain area or your parents like teach you certain things, it definitely shapes the person you become. Mm-hmm. So that's like a main factor.
I would say friends are like more likely to influence you into committing a crime.
I ain't let my friend influence me to commit no crime. Well,
no, it's because we're smarter than most people. But like, if you think about it, most people get peer pressured by their friends to do something.
That's true.
Yeah. Or like school as well, because that could also be into that. Because if you're like, let's say you're getting bullied at school and you bring a gun. A GUN, my bad. I said that last week too.
Well, you peer pressure me, but you peer pressure me to do work or something.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm peer pressuring you to go off yourself or something, because that's a different situation. Some people were like,
you have definitely.
No, I haven't. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Do kids have a sense of what is right or what is wrong, and why do you think that they have?
I feel like they do have a sense of what is right or wrong. They still choose to do the wrong thing. Because me personally, I have done stuff like I have felt in my stomach that what I'm doing probably isn't the best decision, and I feel like something's bad gonna happen. But you know what? You're young. You have to do certain stuff, but not no crime.
I feel like kids, like definitely at a young age, do have a sense of this, because I was one of those kids where I would pretend to be sick all the time. I was never really sick. I had the best immune system ever, but I used to complain, and I knew it was wrong to do that because I knew people were.
I used to fake
sick.
Like I used to bring packets of oatmeal, and I used to switch it in my mouth like the yogurt.
I used to pretend I had the worst headaches ever. I would go to my teacher and I start crying because I was a good fake crier, and I would literally start sobbing like my.
I can cry in like it's so easy. I don't know why people have such a problem with it.
Like crying?
Yeah.
It's so easy. You just think about a sad thing and then boom, you're sobbing. But yeah, kids do definitely have a sense of what is right or wrong. So what punishment should there be for the child or for the parent?
I feel like that should be a fine for the adult, and like if the crime was big enough, they should have like a year or two. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the children should, like if the crime was big, they should have to go. And if the crime was like a little bit, like they should have to do community service or go in jail for a couple. You know?
See, fines, I'm not too sure about them because I feel like they just don't teach people anything. You pay the money and you get off of it, right? So literally that just teaches people if you have enough money, you can still get away with this certain thing that you did. So I think that like bigger punishment should be enforced. That's definitely, even if it is a small thing, so that they know that they shouldn't do it again. And for kids, I feel like juvie isn't just enough. They definitely need to go get some type of therapy or some mental health because why would they commit that crime in the first place? Yeah. So should there be an updated limit for juvenile crimes, like age limit?
I feel like
Do you know what the age limit is?
no, do you know?
Okay, yeah, because it's usually like before 18, because once you're 18, you're an adult.
Yeah.
But in different states, it can go to 16 or 17. In Michigan, it's at 17 when you're considered an adult for juvie.
I feel like the cutoff should definitely be at 11. I feel like the cutoff should like start juvie is like should be 11, and then the cutoff should definitely be like 17, 16. Cause I feel like once you're 16, you have an understanding and you can take action like against for yourself. Like you can make no decisions for yourself. You can take like stuff like that. You can be emancipated at 16. So I feel like at that age, you should definitely know everything that you were doing and like your situation. Like you should have an understanding of that.
I found out like in different countries that's at the end. Different countries that kids they don't even be considered like 14 is the maximum that you can be like. No, 14 because I think it's in South Korea. At 14, you're not even considered for juvie or anything.
It's a straight adult.
Like no, at 14 you're just still a kid. So
really?
14 and under, yeah, because middle schoolers get into so many crimes. And they don't consider them because they're 14.
That's actually really crazy since like a lot of stuff like
Korea is wild.
Celebrities in like Korea, like if you do something in middle school, even at 14, you're gonna get crucified and picked apart for it.
Honestly, it's slay though because Korea bullying is so terrible.
Like you guys should see this.
They literally kill people and get away with it. But hierarchy
is the true.
Is the true
protagonist.
Antagonist.
Same thing.
Protagonist is like the hero.
Can they be a hero?
Who knows? Okay, so should children under 7 be considered to be intentionally committing a crime if they do? If they do a crime? Because I'm asking this because children under 7 are usually considered incapable of committing a crime.
They're 7. Anything that they're doing, they've seen on TV or seen their parents doing. They don't got absolutely no idea in their mind what they're doing.
Oh, Michigan law can charge kids as an adult at 15 years old.
That's what I said.
I thought it was 17.
No.
Oh my god.
Because like 15, 16, you're definitely have understanding. You have
even 15-year-olds. I feel like
you have a full, complete brain motor function that you should not.
Right, like your brain isn't fully developed until you're an adult body. You still know what's wrong and what's right. But I feel like children under 7, I feel like even though there's like situation could affect them into committing a crime, I feel like they should be considered capable of doing it. Because you know how many serial killers Nathaniel Abraham was sentenced to 20 years? That's the kid that brought the gun?
Well, whatever he did, he must have did it. Oh, in the 80s? Well, that's not. That's like the standard for the 80s. I feel like nowadays they don't do as harsh sentences for people. But like, I feel like back in the 80s and like the 90s, they were much like death, and like stuff like that.
For kids, I feel like that could affect a lot of kids though. Because what if they change in prison? Drugs.
I definitely feel like you shouldn't be sending kids to jail that long, knowing that maybe they made a mistake. Because they're still children. At the end of the day, they're still children.
I saw this one episode of Scared Beyond Straight. I just remembered this because I have a little session of watching it. And this one kid, he was like 16 years old, and he was sentenced to 25 years because he was in the wrong time at the wrong place because he was with, like, I guess he grew up in a bad neighborhood, and he was affiliated with drugs. But he knew what he was doing was wrong, but they still sentenced him to 25 years. I think that was crazy.
It's this friend at school that goes to school currently. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. His friends, hypothetically, stole a car, and he was one of the passengers inside the car. He had to serve 4 weeks in juvie just for being in the car.
I think that's crazy. Because I feel like Possession of gun is 10 to 15 years. Oh my god. A lot of kids in this area do have guns though.
Oh, just I suppose like before like guns became popular, people were like playing the basketball in the street. There would be playing board games with their friends. They were doing other stuff. Not everybody wants to be a game maker, rapper. Our society is definitely
Going
in
down.
trouble.
It's going
Because
down.
in a million years, in 10 years, when everybody become these artists and these rappers and scammers, where's going to be the lawyers, the people that take care of us, the health people in the health community? Like we have no future if
I feel like people are just want to make money instead of helping now, and like I understand why you want to make money because.
But like everything isn't.
Stuff is crazy.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Everything is about making money, but like sometimes you just gotta like.
You gotta realize.
You gotta realize that sometimes the stuff that you want to do in your life is more important than making money. Because like teachers, for example, some teachers don't make as much, but some teachers make a lot. It just all depends on the area and your upbringing and how well you are.
I kind of want to be a teacher. I don't know.
I can't be a teacher because I will fight that kid.
No, I'm talking about kindergartners or preschoolers. I like little kids. Cause not in a weird way. Let's not get them mixed up. I like kids because they're very cute. Yes.
They got to be at a certain age. Like I'm not going over third grade, but I'm not going.
I don't know because I feel like preschoolers and little kindergartners they pee a lot. So
I would do kindergartners.
Kindergartners, but I feel like sometimes they're not potty trained. So.
I like kindergarten.
Do you think adult and juvenile criminal justice systems should be different or operate the same? Because currently they operate differently.
I feel like they should. Wait, can you repeat the question?
So should adult and juvenile criminal justice systems operate the same or differently?
They should definitely operate different because they're handling two different demographics.
Yep.
They're children.
Yep.
Under age 18. They can't be mixed in with adults, and like the system should be ready to like change and be okay with not doing the same.
Do you have any idea of how this could be prevented? I feel like
just having like
yeah, not like certain type of education.
I feel like every student like in kindergarten like as they go up they should have like an understanding like crimes like you can't do it. But I feel like that's like we're trying to cradle children into believing like we don't care about the crime, so they see it on TV like Batman, Spider-Man, you see crime, but then in the classroom we don't talk about it. So I feel like people need to have like understand the world is changing.
I feel like crimes are normalized too.
Yeah, there's a lot more crime. So I feel like there should be a new standard like in education. Yeah. To teach about crimes.
So I believe that this is the end of the show. And we at Harper at HW do not condone violence or suicide. So if you need help, please dial 988 for Crisis Lifeline or to report a potential crime 1-800-SPEAK UP. So thank you for tuning in to my podcast. Maria Talks a Lot, and we'll talk crime another time.